First Minister, just tell me a bit about what you've been seeing here today at Ayr Academy, first of all.
Well, I'm delighted to be able to announce £15 million of investment into that school-age, year-round childcare offer that we're bringing forward and expanding. And what I've seen here at Ayr United is an excellent example of a club that's rooted in its community, that is working with children right across Ayr to be able to provide a holiday club, nutritional snacks, physical activity, and I think it's an excellent idea of the type of programmes that we want to invest in and expand.
This is your first visit as First Minister. Just on a personal level, what have the last few days been like for you?
Pretty hectic, but memorable, historic, in some respects really surreal as well. And I managed to have a bit of a normal Sunday after, you remember the last 6 weeks of course have been a contest and then into a really busy time as First Minister, but managed to take my daughter to feed the ducks and play in the park yesterday, which I'm really pleased about. So a bit of normality in amongst what has been quite a hectic schedule.
Everyone settled into Butte House?
I'm not sure if settled is quite the right word, but definitely getting used to it. And it's a surreal experience, a memorable one and a historic one, but the work absolutely starts. And this is why I wanted this to be my first visit, to ensure that people know my priorities around helping those, particularly in low-income households. But my starting principle has always been that we should challenge that Section 35, that Westminster veto, to legislation that was passed by a majority of our Scottish Parliament. That's the starting principle, and then of course I'll examine and explore that legal advice fully.
Are you concerned that Labour might be catching up to the SNP in terms of share of the vote in Holyrood?
Well, I've said from day one that we must not and never will be complacent. We have to earn and re-earn the trust that we have had in the people of Scotland. So I'll continue to make sure that that's the case. And how do we do that? We govern well, we deliver on the priorities of the Scottish people, hence why I'm here for my first visit, because we want to try to help as many households, particularly low-income households, as we possibly can with childcare, and that helps individuals get into work, stay in work, and of course it helps the economy too. If we continue to deliver on those priorities, I don't doubt that we'll continue to earn the trust of the Scottish people.
And there were reports that there might be a rebel group inside the SNP Holyrood group who are going to come to their own policy positions. Does that concern you at all, and are you confident that you'll have unity in the party?
I don't actually. I read beyond the headline. It seemed to suggest that there were some MSPs that wanted to, in their own words, work constructively with the government to put forward some policy suggestions. I've got a very open door as First Minister. Any good policy suggestions that come from my own group, be it from the front benches or indeed the back benches, I'll be very keen to look at.